Hey everybody, David here, and today I'm going to be talking about Arrow Season 5, Episode 7, Vigilante. And you know what? This episode was a really good one, and I want to start picking it apart like I usually do. First off, I want to talk about this whole, there was this group of gang members, I guess, attacking the city, and we get this new vigilante who we still haven't seen the identity of, but I think we can all guess who it might be, taking these criminals out one by one because he believes that Arrow and his team aren't doing enough to save the city. And you know what? I like this character. My only issue with him was his voice. I felt the voice felt to me a little bit too corny at times. Like the actor was trying a little bit too hard to sound different. Maybe they should have used a voice modulator for this guy. I know they do that with a lot of characters already, especially when hiding their identities. But I feel like this one they should have used that take also. But for the most part, I like this character's motivation. His frustration makes sense. And if you don't know, if you're not familiar with the comics or anything like that, the Vigilante, so this might be a spoiler alert. If you don't want to know this, maybe skip like a minute ahead or a few seconds ahead. The Vigilante, I believe, is the DA, if my understanding about this character is correct. So eventually, I think we'll see him uncovered, who he is, and maybe even join Team Arrow eventually. I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. I'll be surprised if it doesn't. Unless Vigilante is a villain in the comics, a bad guy, then maybe he won't be joining Team Arrow. But if he is a good guy, I think we will be seeing him join the team eventually. Diggle is a little bit more aggressive in this episode, and I noticed that. I thought it was a little bit odd at first, but at least one of the members did try to bring it out, and then it's revealed that he missed his son's birthday, Diggle Jr. And yeah, I guess the frustration, you can understand that totally, and Diggle deserves that. But I like at the end that we finally got to see Diggle Jr. come up. Lila brought him up to the Arrow Cave and was like, okay, let's celebrate Daddy's birthday here since he can't come home. I thought that was really nice, and the kid seemed really cute too. It was a nice little moment with the kid. It makes me wonder if that was real. That when the kid asked him, "You're all sweaty," and I think for some reason that was like the kid's actual words and not scripted, and David Ramsey just played along with it. I'm sweaty. You what? Really? I thought that was nice. Family moments are always cute, especially when kids say the darnest things. We also got some Thea and Quentin Lance. I'm starting to think that maybe the writers didn't know what to do with Lance this season, because Thea, she's obviously having this role in the mayor's office, doing this thing there. Quentin's story just seems like a rehash of what we've seen before. I understand Laurel died, but it seemed like he went through that grief last season, because then it seemed like he looked at a brighter future when he was with Donna. And I get that Donna Smoke, Felicity's mom, broke up with him sometime off screen during the summer. But I don't feel that would have been enough to make him go back to drinking. Maybe it would have. I don't know. But it looks like Quentin is finally, hopefully, going to get help and get over this, because we want to see what a Quentin Lance, sober, can do with Team Arrow. And I'm glad it looks like Quentin isn't this Prometheus character. We still don't know who Prometheus is. My theory is that it's still Tommy Merlin because of the effects of Flashpoint. I have a feeling Diggle Jr. isn't the only thing Flashpoint changed. I have a feeling we are going to see Tommy Merlin back to life. Or my second theory, which I'm also really liking, Oliver Queen from Earth 2. I think that would be pretty sweet as well. Because we know Laurel Lance or Black Siren from Earth 2 is trapped by the Flash team. So I think that's going to play out somehow. I don't know how, but I really do believe Black Siren will eventually make its way into the Arrow TV show somehow. Speaking of Prometheus, we got a little twist little is maybe an understatement. We got a big twist at the end. You know, Prometheus went to go meet somebody from Team Arrow that apparently is betraying the team. Who is that? Artemis. What the fuck? That was... I wasn't expecting that. I didn't even know they were going to put a little twist there at the end. I'm like, oh, okay, so the episode ended kind of satisfying, I guess. We didn't learn who Vigilante was. I thought we were going to get that at the very end, that we were going to find out his identity. Instead, we find out a different complication altogether, that Artemis is now working with Prometheus this entire time. Holy shit, Oliver's going to be really pissed when he finds out about this. Artemis, if you think you're doing the right thing, you're in trouble. I also got to talk about the flashbacks, man. I love that Dolph Lundgren is in this series as this Russian mob boss. He is threatening. He is scary. I love that fight there at the end between him and Oliver. Like, that fight was a little intense there, man. It felt like, wow, this feels like those two are actually going at it in a really bad fist fight. I'm like... Dolph Lundgren was getting his inner Rocky IV back in touch, you know? He was like going at it with Oliver Queen. It was crazy. He's going to be an interesting character in these flashbacks. I do think that it is possible that he could be Prometheus as well. And I'd probably be okay with it because he does seem like a really interesting villain. So it all depends on how, obviously... the flashbacks play out and if they'll reconnect back to modern day. But guys, it really is great to have the flashbacks be at full strength again, because obviously the last two seasons, the flashbacks were some of the lamest parts, and to have them be interesting again, like, okay, let's see where they're going with this. I really like it. So can't wait to see more of Dolph Lundgren. So guys, with that being said, I think I've said enough. I really enjoyed this episode. Thought it was a really another solid episode. 7 episodes in a row. We're doing great. It's great to have Arrow back at full strength. And yeah, I'm going to edit it here. So like this video if you agree with me. Comment below. Tell me your thoughts on the episode. And check me out on Twitter, Facebook. You know the drill, guys. And... yes, now this was the last episode of Arrow until the huge crossover event. So from my understanding, Arrow is not on next week, but that is fine because once it comes back, it's going to be an awesome week of excitement for the CWDC shows. So until next time, guys, I want to just say take care and have a good one.